Hey guys, we're going to do a video today that's kind of multi-purpose, I would say dual purpose, but possibly even a little more than that. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be reviewing a new gun oil and gun care kit that I just purchased. It is Aegis Gun Care, and they have this deluxe cleaning kit that I'll be reviewing. They also have like a field cleaning kit. I'll go over that in the video as well. I bought one of these just to kind of show what was in it. But this deluxe cleaning kit is the one that I'm really going to be diving into here. So I said it's going to be multi-purpose. So I've also been neglecting a few of my guns this winter and fall from the past match season. So I'm going to try to clean these guns while I'm at it. I'll show you how good this cleaner works. I really like the oil that he has in this kit. It's his own oil. He has simple. They've got lubricant and cleaner. So I like simple. Simple is nice. So that's what we have here. And then the kit has a lot of really handy stuff in it, which we'll go over. But I'm going to be cleaning my F1 BDR15. If you look on F1's website, this gun is now called a UDR. They've kind of changed some of their naming of some of these guns. I'm also going to be cleaning my UDP, which is my 9mm F1. All of these guns have been confirmed empty, clear, and all of them are safe. That is the primary, most important thing you want to do before starting a process like this. Always make sure you have safe firearms, don't have any ammunition on your table as you're doing a process like cleaning or working on a gun, anything like that. Always make sure they're safe. You know, first rule of firearm safety. So I'm going to be cleaning these things up. I also have my shotgun, which the shotgun itself is a VR80. So the Rock Island VR80. This one's been kind of gone through. I've done a lot of the work on this thing myself, but this thing also has been confirmed clear. It's empty. This is the dirtiest gun that I have right now. It's going to require a little bit extra. Something on these, when it comes time, I'll get to that point, but there is a part of this gun, kind of like the piston itself per se, that doesn't require the same cleaning process as most firearm parts. What I'm going to be doing is kind of buffing it with some steel wool. So I always keep a little package of steel wool in my gun bag for this gun in particular. So we'll get to that. This is definitely the dirtiest. I shot all year last year and probably only cleaned it one time. I do not recommend that. That is one of the things on a gun like this. You have to keep it clean. There is also parts of this gun that you do not use lubricant or oil. You run them dry. So I'll show that as well. But what we're really going to be focusing on is the cleaning. So I've got this Aegis Gun Care Cleaner. I'm going to tear these guns down. I'm going to put the bolt carriers are going to be the dirtiest. I'll put those on my new cleaning mat here, which I also got from Aegis. I'll show you guys that too in the video. It's kind of cool. But I'm going to kind of put the camera on first person view style so you can kind of see the process of cleaning these. As far as tearing the guns down, they're simple. AR-15, the AR-9, you know, you should know how to do that. You can watch videos on how to do that. I'm not going to get into all that. The video would be pretty long showing tearing down every single thing. So I'm going to have these torn down and on the table. And then we're really just going to focus on showing how the cleaning kit works, what's in them, and doing a review on that. So hang with me here. We'll get this taken care of. All right, so you can see here, I have my Aegis Gun Care rifle length mat here, which is pretty cool. What I'm going to be using is this deluxe cleaning kit. Inside it, you will find a bottle of cleaner, similar to that one, same size. That is a 4-ounce cleaner. You will also find a 2-ounce bottle of lubricant. There's some really nice extended Q-tips, which are awesome for reaching areas you can't reach with just like a towel or your finger. There are some really cool cloths. This kit is very handy. It's got a lot in it. We got a pick with a little flat area for kind of scraping carbon off. We have some stiff brass rods to use. I've actually used these at a match to get a stuck case out of a barrel, so this was really handy to have. What I was able to do was attach it to the handle and push that out. So this I've used a couple times even just for stuff like that. But it comes with a microfiber cloth. Haven't used that yet, brand new. We have different size tips for the bore cleaner, for the patches. We have a really cool like stiff brush that attaches to this brass rod, as well as bore brushes here. All this comes in this deluxe cleaning kit, which I'll link their website below. This thing is super handy. So we've got also like a pistol and a rifle length cable that you can attach to any of these attachments. You can pull them to the bore. I do like to use something like this to clean a barrel out because I like to go, you know, away from the action of the gun with all of that carbon and stuff. I like to use these to pull that through. I think it's better than pulling it back towards the action. So really handy kit here. I'm gonna kind of just lay it all out. It comes in this nice bag. He's got his logo patch on the outside. They offer different colors. It's got like a MOLLE attachment here. You can put it on, you know, my wife's truck actually has on the back seat where you can attach this. I thought that was pretty handy. It also can go on the outside of a range bag, because my range bag has that attachment. So that's kind of what I'm excited about with this kit. I just got this kit in. I've actually used the cleaner and lubricant a few times. It's really, this is going to be the first year that I solely run this, and there's a reason I'm going to solely run this. Here recently, I was using a different oil at a match, and it was a lot colder than the temperature I normally shoot in. And I will tell you, it makes a huge difference. This stuff holds its viscosity in cold temperatures better than anything I've ever used before. And with that being said, my gun had a lot of malfunctions because the oil that I was using got a lot more viscous, and it was my pistol, but you know, it could happen with other guns too. But my pistol was very finicky with the thicker oil, so I really like the way that this holds its viscosity in those extreme temperatures. So I'll be using this solely from now on because of that. This cleaner is really simple. It says to spray everything down and let it soak for a couple of minutes. So we're going to go ahead and get that started. I am going to lay a towel down over this mat just because I just got this mat. I don't want to ruin the logo there. So you can see like my AR bolt is very dirty. The cool thing though, you know, to be honest, on these F1 coated bolts, a lot of this wipes off very easily. And that's because of the coating they use. That's one of my favorite parts about this. So what I'm going to do is wipe off as much as I can wipe off before I even spray the cleaner. That will allow the cleaner to penetrate deeper and not just be sitting on the surface of all of that grime. So we're going to wipe it down. I'm going to disassemble this bolt. Of course, I don't have any fingernails. So, firing pin, the cam, the bolt itself. See, there's a lot of buildup on this thing. It was neglected, I will be honest. I've shot a handful of matches without cleaning it. And the oil that I was using is, to be honest, it was too thick, and it actually allowed too much of this carbon to stick. And that's another reason I'm switching to this stuff. It's a little less viscous, but it actually lubricates. It's got a lot better friction coefficient, which allows it to lubricate and prevent wear from friction, but it also holds its viscosity better in temperature. So all the way around, this is a better oil than what I've been running. So I'm excited about that. So again, just wiping everything down as best I can before I go spraying that cleaner. Just allow that cleaner to do a little better job. So This is the silver coated bolt carrier group. This thing is pretty slick. So just take the cleaner, and we're just going to soak everything and just let that sit. Do the same thing with the bolt and the pin, firing pin. Just going to get it all soaking. So while I'm doing that, we'll get the charging handle from the same firearm, soak it, and we're going to do the same thing with my 9mm. Now this is a quarter circle 10 bolt carrier, just from a standard AR9. Of course, there's not much standard about a F1 Firearms, but this is kind of their base bolt carrier that comes in those, or at least the older ones. Their charging handle, very dirty. Now I was running like a grease style oil, and to be honest, I won't be doing that anymore. I found that it actually held in carbon more. This thing got super dirty, so we're gonna let all that sit. The receiver itself, the upper for that 9mm, is filthy, and that is, again, I think a lot of the oil. I kind of used the grease. You can see it on there, but that's part of it. Part of it was also the ammo I was using at the time that was very dirty. It was, the last couple of years, been very hard to get the ammo that I'm picky about, so I kind of just run what I can. So that's where we're at with it. I'm gonna go ahead and spray this whole thing down. So let that sit a couple minutes, and then I'll kind of scrub it. So I can use the brush that comes with the kit. I also have just another brush that I'm going to use, this one because it's got kind of a finer point there as well, so I can hit some of this a little better. But it says wait a couple minutes. Probably shouldn't take too long. This, especially on like this bolt carrier, for instance, this thing's just, it's going to clean up super well with this cleaner. I can tell already, because this thing already looks great. I haven't even started scrubbing. So the oil itself, I'll say I've used it a handful of times now, my handgun specifically, my 2011, and it works phenomenal. I shot yesterday in a lot colder temperature than I normally ever shoot in, just because I was trying to test it out. I had zero malfunctions. I shot a few hundred rounds in a day, which, you know, at a match per se, you might shoot a couple hundred. So I was really giving it a test. And I'll tell you right now, I was very impressed. So it has passed my test. So I'll be switching to this stuff. So now I can use that scraper, kind of scrape out some of this carbon from inside of where the actual firing pin rides. This thing's dirtier than I want to admit. That's what happens when you shoot multiple matches without cleaning a gun. Again, don't recommend. But it's cleaning up pretty well. Another thing that I also like to do, I'm not sure how many of you have done this, but I take one of these bore brushes and actually clean inside of where that ride's, just kind of scrubbing in there. This thing's filthy. But this cleaner is breaking all that free very easily, so that's a good thing. I'm being pretty liberal with it. This stuff seems pretty safe. It contains no petroleum solvents or hydrocarbons, non-flammable, non-caustic, non-corrosive, and contains no phenols. So basically what that means is it's safe for a lot more surfaces than some cleaners may be. So, you know, I didn't take my optics off when I went to clean. I'm just kind of cleaning this gun as I would have it. You can do this on the field, you can do this at home. So, but this bolt carrier is gonna look brand new. That thing shines. Now, what you would do after this is fully cleaned, wiped down, I'm gonna finish getting all the cleaner off of it, and then I'll just go through and put some lubricant on it. And kind of what they say with the lubricant is it you know, neutralizes the cleaner, and then also obviously lubricates as well. So this is a very good product here. So you can check more out on their website. I'm gonna link it below, but Aegis Gun Care. But I'm super happy with this kit. It's definitely what is staying in my range bag now. Very, very convenient. Everything that you need in one package. So, pretty cool stuff. And I've got a little more cleaning to do. I'm gonna scrub on this for a little bit. It's already almost clean though, just from a simple soak and a wipe down. So, firing pin, same thing, getting cleaned up. You know, a lot of this stuff after soaking in that cleaner, just gonna wipe off. So this thing's gonna work great. This upper was super dirty, so we got it soaking a little bit. I'm just kind of trying to not make this video last forever, so I'm kind of hitting a few key points here, showing how this stuff works. I always like to just have a bunch of old towels when I do something like this, but just kind of wipe this down. I'm also going to be scrubbing the bore and barrel last and pushing that stuff again out the muzzle side. So, and this is a raw finish on this gun, polished. It's gone through a lot of matches and a lot of neglect, you know, admittedly. So it's not near as shiny as when I first got it, but just to show you that this product isn't like caustic, it's not causing any damage to this. This is a raw, unfinished, just polished. So, and it's cleaning up pretty well. Not no unusual coloring from besides the fingerprints and such that I've left on it from not cleaning it much since I got it, but it's cleaning up pretty well. Pretty good product. So I'm gonna clean the barrels, finish cleaning this upper. The shotgun I'll spend a little more time on. That thing is a little less than standard, I guess I'd say, compared to like an AR. These are very simple, the cleaning process. I mean, there's, you know, the important parts to clean on these is this bolt. I'm gonna scrape some of this carbon, although it broke down pretty easily, so it shouldn't take much scraping. So, but I'm gonna do some of that. This stuff just comes right off of there. If I don't lose it. Man, I love their finishes on these. These just wipe right up. Between that oil or that gun cleaner and the finish that F1 uses, this bolt is effortless to clean. That's nice. Now, I don't every time take this apart, but you can also take your extractor off and clean under there. You don't have to do that quite as often as cleaning the rest of the bolt, but I do recommend doing that every so often, at the very least. I got my little pick. I can kind of clean some of the carbon out under it, but I do recommend removing that pin and cleaning that extractor every so often as well. But I'm gonna get this one finished, wiped down, and oil it up, and we'll get it back together. We'll move on to the shotgun here momentarily, so bear with me here. All right, sorry about that. I realized in the last video I actually wasn't pointed very well, so you couldn't see half what I was doing with my hands, so I adjusted a little bit. Hopefully it's a little better. As you can see, I cleaned this bolt in the carrier. This thing is super clean. Of course, I set it down on a dirty towel, so picked up some of the old carbon there. But this is clean, it's oiled. This lubricant comes with kind of a larger tip nozzle, and then he sells this separate, which I got the kind of detail tip. So it puts a lot finer on there. This is a very easy squeeze bottle, so you don't have to apply much. It comes out very well. You can see how well this bolt cleaned up. This thing is super slick. It literally looks like brand new, besides the fingerprints that I'm putting on it, holding it around here. But I really like the way that this cleaner works, and I really like the finish on these F1 bolts. These things are the best I've ever dealt with. So I got my upper cleaned up as well. I haven't cleaned the bore yet. I'm gonna do that here momentarily. I'll probably just clean all the bores at the same time, but I cleaned up the upper. I'm just gonna kind of show how easy that cleaner flows. Nice. Comes out nice and easy. Super slick finish. And just like that. This upper's clean, just need to clean the barrel out. Super simple, very nice, really good lubricant. The AR9's a little dirtier, and it doesn't have the same finish, unfortunately, that my 223 AR has. So this one I don't think will just wipe up as easy, but the cleaners worked on it, and it is breaking it up pretty well. Not gonna be able to tell as dramatic of a difference because this is just like a black nitride coated. It's not a slick finish, nice silver like the other one, but the carbon on this is just coming right off. There's not a lot of heavy scrubbing that needs done. So I will say that I do like the cleaner. I like the lubricant. I'm happy with it overall. I'm gonna run it at matches all year and give it like a true test, but I've shot a fair amount with it in my pistol, and it's definitely the best lubricant I've used on my pistol. So I'm gonna do the same with this PCC and with my rifle and with my shotgun. So I'm gonna use the same lubricant in all my guns, switching over to it. Sorry if you can't hear me very well. The heat in the background's running and it is very loud. But simple process of cleaning with this cleaner, and then obviously just the normal lubricant you would use the lubricant the same as any other lubricant, apply it in the correct spots on these guns. So I don't have a chart on me, I just kind of go off of how I lube one, but you could look up charts on the webs online, Google it on where to lube these bolts. 9mm is pretty similar to the 223 on that, so you'll be lubing these rails, and it doesn't take a lot. You can kind of see the wear points on a gun too. Ooh, that one squeezed a little harder than I wanted. A little more came out, but it's all right. So yeah, I'll just finish cleaning these up. I'm gonna do the shotgun next, but I am pretty impressed with this cleaner so far. It's doing a good job. Some of these, you can see how dirty this still is in here. So what I was doing on my other AR is using one of the patches that came with the kit. And honestly, everything that I can just get with my finger at first, because it's just easier to use your own tools that you have on your body. So clean all the skeletonized portions out of this thing. Them being skeletonized lightens them. It also kind of makes it nice. Debris doesn't get caught in the receiver itself, but it does add a couple extra steps to cleaning because you have some extra surfaces to clean. But I like the way that they look. I like the weight reduction. So these are by far my favorite guns. So Just wiping everything down. I might do another coat of cleaner. This one was the worst. I've neglected it very much so, and actually the last couple matches I've shot, multiple people shot this gun the whole match, and I haven't cleaned it in between, so that was my bad. But finished cleaning this thing up, and we're gonna do the shotgun next. I'm trying not to make this video too long because I know cleaning is boring. It's not as much fun as shooting, but I just wanted to do an honest review of what I think about this product and show it off. And you know, these needed cleaned anyways, so I figured I'd just make it happen. But I'm gonna get these cleaned up. Maybe do a little bit more on the video on the shotgun, but this is a simple process, just kind of scraping some carbon. You guys don't need to watch all that, so I'll cut it short here, finish cleaning this thing up, show you guys the finished product, then we'll move on to the shotgun. All right, got the AR9 upper done. This thing is cleaned and lubed. I can't really see super well in there probably, but kind of finished wiping this. It's all polished right there on the inside of the barrel, so that cleaned up really nice. Really the whole thing cleaned up nice. I just oiled this bolt, got it all ready to go. So I'm gonna throw this upper back on the lower. The lowers don't require near as much. You know, this one's a little dirtier. I haven't started cleaning any of this stuff yet, but the ammo I ran this last season was super dirty. The lowers are pretty simple, you know, wipe it all down. I mean, there's not as much carbon scrubbing per se as the upper had, so this is kind of a wipe and re-oil situation. See that? Just literally wipe the carbon right off of most of this. Some of this will require some scrubbing. I might take the trigger group out and clean up some of the debris that's in there. That ammo that I ran was super filthy. All right, well, my GoPro died, so I didn't get to do this as thoroughly as I had planned on it, but you can see this shotgun, this VR80, is embarrassingly dirty. I have not cleaned this thing in a few matches. I let it sit all winter. It's almost starting to get like a rust inside. So I got it all disassembled. I was gonna do that on video and show how all that works. And then my battery died on my GoPro, and it's harder with my phone to do a video like that. So I'm gonna clean this area up with steel wool. Sorry, brain fart. So I'm gonna clean this area up with steel wool. This area I'll clean with some steel wool, probably use some of my cleaning kit, some of these brushes that came in my Aegis cleaning kit. So this one's a little different than the ARs. You know, this whole area won't get lubricated, so the only thing I'm going to be using on it is the cleaner and a towel, and then once it dries, I will then go to steel wool. I'll try to scrape some of this with a brush and with this scraper that came in that cleaning kit, and then steel wool for the rest, because you're gonna kind of get this all polished. You wanna get all that carbon off of there. This is what causes these shotguns to not function properly. There's an O-ring in here that you have to be really careful with. So when I go to clean it, you know, you don't want to use any harsh tools on that. That's where this plastic brush will come in handy with some of the cleaner. There's also a plastic brush that goes on a cleaning rod that came with that cleaning kit. But other than that, steel wool, scraper, trying to get all this off, and then this is probably going to be the hardest thing to get clean. I let it sit too long. I'm really hoping it didn't pit, but definitely a little bit of surface rust starting on that. So I'm going to get started on it with the cleaner. I won't be able to get a good video of it, unfortunately, with the GoPro dead, so we're going to be going just step by step here. But I at least wanted to show what I'm doing there so I can at least complete the video. Unfortunately, again, not going to be able to do everything that I wanted to do with the GoPro being dead. That thing died faster than I anticipated. Guess I should get a second battery for it. But I'm gonna clean this shotgun up. I'll show you the finished product when I'm done. Show you how good this cleaner works after I'm done removing all this carbon. Again, gonna start with the cleaner, probably some of the copper brush, the scraper, and then go to steel wool once it's all dry. So bear with me, we'll get this finished. All right, so here's where we're at so far. The carbon cleaner or the cleaner that I use from Aegis Gun Care, did a really good job. All I've done so far to this is spray it down and scrub it with a plastic brush and then wipe it with a microfiber towel. And it's taken a lot of that off. Now, a lot of this will require the steel wool like I mentioned previously. You're gonna wanna buy the finest steel wool. There's actually, I believe, one finer than this that I would normally buy. I couldn't find it though. Yeah, see they have on the scale there. So this is the little rougher than I would normally use, a little more abrasive, but it is an ultra fine, extra fine buff and wax steel wool. So I'm gonna use it. What I'm gonna do is simply just, you know, scrub, and it'll take a lot of that away. I'm also gonna have to do the same thing. You really can't see very well, but inside of here is really bad. I let this go too long. I should have been cleaning this more regularly. So now I've got to spend a little extra elbow grease, but everything else came really clean. That cleaner worked really well. I'm just gonna kind of use this to knock off the rest. But you know, everything else that cleaner did a really good job on. This stuff, you know, it's always an elbow grease situation in this shotgun, just the way it works. These are gas ports, so straight from the barrel. You get a lot of carbon buildup right here, so you always have to polish that up. That's just the nature of the beast with this shotgun. This I just let sit too long, and it's got a little bit of pitting. It looks like it'll all probably work out, but it's gonna take quite a bit of elbow grease with the steel wool. So that's what we will do, get this shotgun finished up, and the cleaner worked really well for what it needed to do, and the rest is just gonna require a little elbow grease. So see what we can do. Got the shotgun all clean. I had it put back together. I took it apart just to finish this video here. So what I ended up doing differently is, instead of using the steel wool on this whole part where I said it has to run dry, here I'm gonna try to do this with one hand because again, my GoPro's dead. Sorry about that. So this whole area where this slides back and forth has to run dry, and I normally use steel wool. But what I found actually is that this cleaner with stiff brass, or on really hard spots like a stainless brush, with that cleaner worked 10 times faster than that steel wool, and it gave it a really nice clean finish. So that was the part that was all carboned up. It actually really looks really good. And this I took and did the same thing. I used that cleaner. I kind of missed a spot, you can tell. So that carbon was actually over this entire thing. And I used that cleaner and quickly scrubbed it with that brush, and it cleaned up probably better than I've ever gotten it before, especially considering how dirty this thing was. Again, I neglected this thing so bad last year. I just hope everything functions well now. But what you want is for this to move freely. It cannot have any oil, it has to be dry. Everything looks good there, so I'm gonna put it back together. I'll test run this thing and see how it does, but pretty happy with how that cleaner worked. That worked way faster than the steel wool. If you made it this far in the video, thanks for sticking with me. Got these things all cleaned up, put back together. Much better. Again, these are match guns. They get abused and used. Really dirty. Clearly, I need to clean them a little more often, but that Aegis Gun Care is what I use today. It's what I will be using from now on. That stuff worked great. Cleaned really well. I like the oil, and I'm excited to see what I can do with it this year at matches. So thanks for tuning in. Please like and subscribe, whatever you guys want to do there, but I will try to make most of these videos more fun. This one, again, just trying to show some of the not as fun, but very much needed parts of gun care.